Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambale. Welcome to Journey Through Genesis. Today we're on Genesis chapter 7, verses 8 through 12. Cush became the father of Nimrod, who was the first potentate on earth. He was a mighty hunter by the grace of the Lord, hence the saying, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter by the grace of God. The chief cities of his kingdom were Babylon, Arish, and Akkad, all of them the land of Shinar. And from that land he went forth to Ashur, where he built Nineveh, and Rehoboth, and Calah, as well as Resen between Nineveh and Calah, later becoming the principal city. A mighty hunter like Nimrod, the first potentate, the first king. And a good king he was. Why was he a good king? Because the Lord blessed him. He blessed him with a singular talent of hunting. Now we got to step back a little bit. We are talking about prehistoric times here. We're talking about, probably 6,000, 7,000 years BC here. So we're talking a long time ago. And Nimrod's group of people are basically hunter-gatherers. They would travel about gathering up seeds and nuts and pick up turtles, and Nimrod would go out there and hunt some of the bigger beasts because he was a mighty hunter to feed his people. And over his time, he probably established all of these mighty cities, except at the time, these mighty cities probably were just a couple of huts. But that doesn't negate the fact that Nimrod showed in his actions what it meant to be a good king, because he took his talents and he used them to provide for his people. As long as he was using God's talents in that way, his people grew and thrived. In the ancient world and throughout the medieval world, the understanding of kingship went like this. If the king is good and cares about his people, the people will thrive. But if the king is bad, the kingdom will fail. It largely depended on the actions of the king. And so Nimrod is a good king and the people thrive. And it got me thinking that, personally, when you live in a democracy as we do, we kind of think that we hope our leaders do a good job, but if they don't, we're just going to get on with our lives and we could still be very successful regardless. But if you take the viewpoint of the kingship in the ancient world and in the medieval world, it really did depend on the goodness of the king. Well, forget about the values of this world and go into the spiritual realm where heaven is. And we have an eternal king that laid his life down for us and gave us a marvelous gift of eternal life. And if we follow him, he will never let us down. He will never abandon us. He will always provide us with the grace that we need.